We'll see what Shanghai wants to run against this offensively. I think Mei is always good on King's Row. I always think Mei is good at King's Row.
Yeah, I mean, she can absolutely shut down pretty much, I mean, literally any point on King's Row if that Mei gets ahead. There's so many choke points. The Blizzard gets a ton of value. Fleta looking for a boot off, but just is going to be met with yet another barrier, as we do have the Orisa and that Sigma Force for London Spitfire. So very much going for the bunker. It's been a while, I feel, since we've kind of seen this, at least in King's Row. It's used to be one of the biggest strategies. Obviously backed up with an Ashe is going to be the newer side of the things here. But see what Fleta can get done with his farm. Now it's just poking out, but it's making decent pace towards a barrage. Got a kill on the JMac, and just like that, with no reds available, could be point A going over to the Shanghai Dragons, given the faster run back time to the one, right? You can see Blister zoned off.
Close.
Fleta goes around the side, and this is a rough spot to be in. But actually, although I think he could have played into that, and I think he actually could have taken down Fleta and decided to peel back, wrap around with the rest of the team, where Blister started doing some really good work.
Yeah, so it was pretty much just like 1v1 when he rolled in. He was able to get the initial pick, but then it was just so slow after it. Like, you are on a 6v5 and you never dive and you never go nuts for it. And now that's why you see Fleta backing up. They had a 6v5 and he never went in. He never pushed the aggression.
Playing that slower style. It's going to be a nano, and he does have the barrage available. Ice block already going to be used, as well as the kinetic grasp, but now it's a lot of wiggle room to work with. Drops down, doesn't have to use that ultimate to finish off although. And with one shield gone, the delay tactics of the Mei, point A has been broken open by Shanghai, and they will be getting the cap. So 4.5 minutes here in the time bank for them as they get ready to go on the street's face. London, they're building up their opportunities to shut down this push. The EMP being gone from Shanghai is absolutely huge for them. And they do nearly have a Blizzard available as Yaki. It's a bad Bionic.
Nah, totally fine. My guess is, like, how much do you think he gets through the ultimate before he dies?
The barrage?
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think, like, the word justice actually happens?
I think he might be able to make this. It's either going to be huge or it's a complete flop. That's exactly how this is going to go. There's not going to be any in between here, I don't think. Transcendence is already going to be used as well, so another big ult out of the way for Fleta to try to have that impact. Mr.
I think he dies before justice is a word. I think we get justice.
Fearless. Somebody heal Fearless. Still alive. It's another nano boost onto Fleta. And yeah, he finishes the entire thing. Does manage to get that nice direct hit on the cluster as he pops out of the mech. Even though the barrage isn't the thing that's filling the kill feed, the damage is done. And there's huge wipe coming through there at the hands of the Shanghai Dragons, and the cart can now roll up. It's going to get a lot of distance here before London.
They should be able to take. Yeah, they should be able to take second. Pretty easily should be able to take seconds. I can't imagine anyone from London coming back with any sort of significant ultimate. Like, it doesn't matter. So they should be able to take seconds, and then maybe Bob comes in at some point, but like this should be a second point take easy. Here's Bob.
Yeah, Bob rolling through just to delay the card for a little bit. Krillin, oh man, looks like Lip trying to assassinate him in the back line, but Krillin gives him the foot to the jaw. And does manage to take him down.
Really?
As well, going to be suffering a similar fate on the other side of things. Now, Shanghai will be halted for the moment.
They just lost 2 players to Bob on a push they should have had.
Look, sometimes
well,
Bob
that was
does
strange.
I
don't agree.
It's a much needed reprieve for London.
Yes.
They're going to be happy with that.
Yes, totally fine defense. I hate every second about it. They should not have won their defense. However, now defense, Shanghai is totally set.
Drugged over the top, not gonna be able to get any picks. Throwing them back for a little bit. Time bank weakened significantly. More than half of it gonna be gone. Bomb into the back from Geguri, will not find any picks. She will be able to get back into the mech safely. Transcendence now rolling from Krillin. Amp Matrix is out from Hylie. And they look to shove back the Shanghai Dragons. They need to get some kills coming through. A hack in, Bionade onto Cleston, as they see the spy check there onto Aldo. Nearly doesn't have that EMP, but the Lip is going to beat him to the punch. Can he pull the trigger first? Is now going to be the question. He's moving up, he gets into position, throws that one down. He's going to manage to find 3 people as the bomb does roll out from Glister. Hart is a couple meters away now as they look for the finish, but into the back goes Aldo, and the EMP is absolutely huge. Fearless and Lip dead, Geguri gone, and Shanghai Dragons now in a very dire situation. London Spitfire very well could hold them here in front of point B.
This is just I forgot the words. Anyway, it's sadness.
Travesty?
It is just absolute
Tragedy?
sadness. Or like, I was gonna say a trough. A trough of sadness is pretty much what has been happening for this offense. It's not even closer, not even getting like any value out of what they're trying to push, and the defense is actually stabilized on this. However, like, maybe you just smash Q and maybe get through this, but it's been so bad.
It's not been a good look. Rejigon getting pinched on and does get eliminated before he can get the Falcon online. Nano boost used on the Fearless.
How?
As he jumps in, does get the Primal Rage available and displaces Highly. Managing to finish him off. Now looks for Krillin, who, will be taken down. Looks are going to be dead. Looks like maybe finished himself off with his own dynamite. And the cart will not be held in front of him.
They got it!
They do get that. Yeah. So a minute and a half is all that they have now, and they had to use quite a bit just to get that. EMP self-destruct is likely to be available here for the Shanghai Dragons, but I don't know. Aldo has been making really good pace, keeping up with Lip, and has been finding more members so far here on King's Row at least to hit with an EMP. So he's been very competitive against Lip and has really allowed for London to have these really close defenses thus far. Currently getting picked off, though, not going to be doing London any favors, and the cart is just moving forward for free right now.
Maybe Flutter hits some shots.
Oh my goodness.
Giant
oh my damn, and that is, EMP bomb. You know, I was kind of staying it because I was like, I think this is all they have. Maybe it'll work, but they made it work. Absolutely huge self-destruct there from Geguri. Great lob in on that ultimate. And that shuts down the London Spitfire defense. But that being said, only 37 seconds for the Shanghai Dragons. So this was still pretty successful overall for London. If they can, obviously make it to the end, even if it's an OT, they will get pushed back up to a minute. We'll take a look at the setup.
It should have been way worse. But somehow Shanghai is able to pull off these last seconds. And I think that, that's the EMP that they needed. Because it's an EMP that they denied the other team, although had an EMP, and he was unable to pull it off, so just barely pulling it off was the Shanghai Dragons.
Which is not something that you normally say. Normally they pull it off convincingly. They completely crush their opponents, and London is doing a good job of giving them a run for their money right now. Be curious to see if they stick with this. Do they go for the Pharah Ashe on the attack and just skip over the Sombra? It might be the case. You just replicate yourself from Shanghai.
It has happened over the last couple of days where teams know that the other team's going to run like an Ashe or a Widow, but they're like, yeah, but still Pharah's good. Like, if you could just hit like 2 in a row, you're okay. Doesn't seem like London wants to run that. They're going to go with May instead.
Yeah. Okay. Changing it up. You see Lip around the back. And they do force the translocate, so now can start focusing on getting through the initial choke. Looks like they're going to be going upstairs, into the theater to drop down through the window and then try to move up around the high ground. So
I'm out of here.
Pretty long approach here for the London Spitfire. Okay, they're not around. Okay, I thought maybe they were going to go for high ground, but they're just going to be dropping down this way. Just wanted to avoid the choke.
It's like a slow roll. Try to roll around this, medium pack.
They're inching
That
forward.
one's actually touching point.
They're taking their time. Tiptoeing their way up, and now they get the bunker set up. I was waiting for the shield there. That was J-Mac. Bionade plus the dynamite. It's quite a bit of damage to him, but Geguri should be finished off, although gets a headshot on the right click. And now there's no Sigma. There's no actual barrier here for the Shanghai Dragons. Just this bubble. The first tick is coming
should be
in.
able to squat this. They should be able to squat this easy.
Yeah. Well, the EMP could break them out of this this bunker setup that they do have, but Shanghai have to be ready to go. They're trying to buy as much time as possible for Geguri to rejoin, and now they will go in for the fight. 3 members going to be hacked here. Miley, one of them. Weston falls down to a sliver of HP. They barely managed to finish him off, but now before Flooded will fall as well. Fatality Field is used. Amp Matrix is out. Krillin safe enough to get the res. Brings that thing back into the fight, but Geguri's getting feisty. She's pushing up, and she's starting to take some names. That point blank kill over on, and now pushes forward here with the rest of the squad. The 2 ticks going to be given up by the Shanghai Dragons, but they do manage to stave off the London Spitfire and get the reset.
Yeah, nice recontest from the Spitfire, or from the Shanghai Dragons to bring that back. Just kind of watching like what Geguri's doing. Geguri was like the D.Va player for this squad for a long time. I'm just wondering if she still has the gets in her.
Yeah. Been looking pretty good. And the Sigma, not looking too shabby as well. Nearly has her Flux ready to go. Klessen's been sitting on his for a little bit longer. And, I mean, London in a decent position with these ultimates to just go ahead and shut them all down, and that's what he's looking to do! 5-member EMP coming in. Krillin takes to the skies with the Valkyrie, but the healing is not going to be enough to try and keep J-Mac in this fight. However, headshot goes in. Gets rid of Geguri, ensuring that she cannot use the Flux. Has to now try to run back yet again to rejoin the fight, as Lee J-Gon will go up with the Valk of his own.
They're down.
This is there for J-Mac, drops the Supercharger. London are again here on the point. Picked up to 84.4%, trying to get across the line. Get that 2.5-minute time bank pump up. Capping this out. Mana Boost goes in on the field as Geguri just floating herself back into the point. Blizzard is out. Goes for the Flux, manages to catch 2. Drops him back down to the ground. Immortality field there from Hiley will keep him alive. Geguri falls low, pops Kinetic Grasp. Go ahead and get that shielding in. Grisha goes forward, takes down Klesson. Great recontest here from the Shanghai Dragons. And they will hold back the London Spitfire, who are now in danger of getting full health.
Oh, good God. That's filthy. They should not have been able to pull that one back. That was that was London's. It was 100% London's. London came in, they had like 3 up on that, and they just were unable to close out the fight. And then essentially Dragons come in and do dumb shit. He did a bunch of dumb shit, and London lost that.
No.
Okay, good God.
Lip is going to be eliminated. 4-member EMP. Doesn't lead directly to any kills here. Yeah, 2 ticks, but yeah, it's looking like this might just be done. Krillin tries to go in. He almost gets the res finish, but Fleta has the headshot. None of that makes sense. Now onto the Bob. And it was looking great. Oh, London nearly having a very strong start, but then it just crumbles. The recontest from the Shanghai Dragons. It's just too good.
There were like 2 shots that were like, okay, I accept that, that's fine. And then the rest of it was just absolute nonsense. Good God. Like, that was terrible.
Well, all right. It fell apart. It unraveled.
Shanghai's a great team. I guess that's what we're going to say. Shanghai's a great team. God, London's so close to being good. They're close to being good. They're just like a young, I don't know. Like, they're close to being good, though.
I think that